I'm Shannon,
And I'm Holly.
and this is a Girls Gone Curious podcast where we talk about things that make us curious. So grab your favorite drink, sit back and relax because your show is loading. Today's episode includes the following trigger warnings: mentioning topics of dismemberment, possible cannibalism, poisoning, and graphic descriptions of murder. This podcast is not suitable for children. Please listen with care. We do apologize if we say any of the names or places wrong in today's case, unless it is the individual.
Piece of shit? Yeah.
No, I don't give a shit. This week's true crime category is serial killers, so let's get into it.
Honestly, where do I start with this case? There is so much that happens in this case, but at the same time, not very much. While it's not officially confirmed, this person is believed to have killed 11 to 14 people. And the reasoning for it, not that it really matters because they still killed someone, are all over the place. This whole thing has me thinking about mental illness. There are killers out there that claim, or that the psych evaluation showed, that the reason for it is because of some sort of mental illness. It's not an excuse by any means. But what has me questioning all of it is whether or not the person is or can be faking it. How do we actually know if the mental illness is real? I mean, they all have to have some sort of something wrong with them if they're killing people.
Yeah.
But I think the big thing that I'm trying to say is, how do we know for sure that someone is mentally sick and not just faking it to get out of a sentence or even gain more popularity? I guess I'll leave it to you to decide if the serial killer is mentally ill or not. This is the case of the Granny Ripper, aka Tamara Samsonova. Granny Ripper, yeah. You heard that right.
The names that they come up with sometimes, well, first of all, like, why do they come up with the names? And I think it's just easier for catchy because it gets clickbait.
People clickbait, yeah.
Because it gets people to look it up.
She is old, so
yeah.
I mean, I guess the granny part, but
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes they just throw in Ripper
Mhm.
because of Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, agreed.
Tamara Mitrofanovna Samsonova was born on April 25th, 1947, in Yuzhar, Russia. Sorry if I butchered that.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best. We don't know much about her childhood and her young adult years. I mean, this is Russia in the 1940s.
Right.
Like, yeah, World War II ended in 1945.
Okay.
So it's like right after.
Yeah.
And it's fucking Russia, so.
Yeah.
As far as we know, it seemed like she had a normal upbringing, never once foreshadowing what her life would become. After graduating high school, Samsonova moved to Moscow. She would attend and graduate from the Moscow State Linguistics University. While there, she learned English and German. And obviously she spoke Russian because it's where she grew up.
Yeah.
After graduating, she would move again, and this time it would be to St. Petersburg. But at the time, St. Petersburg was actually known as Leningrad. I don't know if I said that right. Sorry if I butchered it. While there, she would meet a man named Alexei Samsonov and marry him. In 1971, together they settled into a newly built panel house, which was number 14 on Dimitrov Street in the Kupchino district. So, side note, after World War II, a lot of Russian residents would be left homeless. In order to combat this, they would create panel homes. The first design of them would just be offered like an apartment building with a small kitchen and no elevator, while the ones built in the 70s were more advanced. The 70s would also be dominated by these large panel style buildings. This time they would offer a large kitchen with elevators and a lobby. They would be mass produced in a short amount of time with prefabricated reinforced concrete structures. It was a low cost and a functionalist style apartment with 3 to 5 floors. When they moved, it was in the 70s, so it was the newer type of buildings.
Okay. So, like, each apartment had 3 to 5 floors, or
Yeah.
it was like the building itself was 3 to 5 floors, like the entire building?
So, I think the entire building was 3 to 5 floors.
Okay.
Maybe, like, the first one was just, like, the lobby and that type of thing,
Okay.
but, like, above it honestly would be kind of just like a regular apartment building complex. It was just a panel, so it was like really easy to construct.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
After or while moving into their new home, Samsonova would get a job at Intours Travel Agency. And the next part is a little unclear whether she changed jobs or if it was the same job. Either way, she would begin working in the Grand Hotel Europe. So I don't know if it was like a travel agency in the hotel or if she just left the travel agency and worked at the hotel like as like a translator.
Okay.
Because this hotel would get a lot of tourists.
And she knows 3 languages, so that's pretty smart.
And it made perfect work for her.
Mm-hmm.
Many friends, neighbors, and coworkers would say that Samsonova was soft-spoken, great with people, and known as being a polite woman. What they didn't know was the real type of person she was. Eventually, she would retire from working at the hotel after working there for 16 years. And just like her childhood, it's unclear what she does in her free time now that she's not working. The next known information on Samsonova would be when her husband went missing in 2000. She would go to the police and just tell them that her husband was just gone, also telling them that she believed he ran off with another woman. The police would do a search and check into where Alexei could be, but they would come up empty-handed. And that's kind of how it would stay. Samsonova did file a report, but it seemed like she wasn't too concerned about it, even though it was her husband.
Yeah, I'd be freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. But because her husband was now gone, Samsonova would begin to rent out a room in her apartment. She claimed that now that she had no income, she needed more money. For what? We don't know. Although Samsonova wanted roommates because she wanted money, it seemed like she couldn't keep them. So many roommates and tenants wouldn't stay for long. Apparently, Samsonova was really hard to work with. Neighbors would later claim to have heard many things throughout the night and day coming from Samsonova's apartment. This would include loud banging on the radiator, yelling, arguing, strange smells, and just overall loud noises. But, of course, nothing would be done about these complaints if they complained at all. It's just mentioned after the fact of everything coming out.
Yeah.
Neighbors would also mention that they would see Samsonova walking the streets at night in her pajamas, after going to the market and not returning until early morning. When asked about it, she would just claim that she liked going out and eating late at night.
I don't think, I guess during that time going out in pajamas would seem weird, but like...
Yeah, I don't
Now it's
know.
like people go out in pajamas all hours of the day.
Yeah, but this is also Russia. I don't know how
relaxed
or uptight.
I was gonna say, during that time I imagine it wasn't
done. This is like, I think 2000s.
Oh, okay. Even still, I don't think it was done.
Yeah, probably not. Not like it is today.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the store and everyone's wearing PJs.
Right. I mean, me included. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I wore PJs.
Right.
I only usually wear PJs if it's like late at night and I'm just going for like munchies.
Right. But it's not like, it's like my pajamas that are like shorts and hubby's shirt or like.
I mean, I've worn my Stitch pajamas to fucking Myers.
My Christmassy ones I wear. Anyways.
It's fine. Well, moving on. Along with seeing this, neighbors would also have strange conversations with her. Samsonova would claim that whenever she left her apartment and returned, her things would be messed up and her clothes would be cut. Neighbors would then ask her if she wanted to, like, call the police or report it. Her response was just that the police wouldn't be able to help her with her problems. Whatever the fuck that means. The one thing we do know, which wouldn't be found out until later, is that Samsonova kept diaries.
No.
Yeah. She wrote everything and anything in these diaries. What she ate that day, how she slept, and what she was planning to do. Which is pretty much normal things you would put in a diary. But I also want to mention that when her diary was looked at, it was written in a mix of Russian, English, and German. So I don't know if that was just her thing or she felt like it would confuse people if they looked at it. I don't...
If she was ever caught.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It's just mentioned that she uses all three languages in her journal. Along with her diaries, she also owned a lot of books, which
What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that. I'm just mentioning them. Some of these books were about astrology and black magic.
Nice.
I don't know about the black magic type thing. That's... Yeah. In the beginning of 2015, Samsonova was having some repairs done on her apartment. It's unclear exactly what types of renovations were happening, if any at all. In the meantime, she was looking for somewhere to stay while that was going on. This is where Valentina Nikolavina Ulanova, sorry if I butchered that, was introduced to Samsonova. I'm trying my best with these Russian names.
That one's very pretty.
Valentina was 79 years old, so she was getting up there in the years. She lived on the same street as Samsonova. Now, I don't know if it was the same apartment building or if it was one near Samsonova's apartment. So I don't know if it was a completely different building, the same apartment. It just says it's on the same street.
Okay.
Either way, Valentina lived alone and was looking for someone to come live with her for a short period of time. This would be to help with household chores and just keeping the place clean, stuff that she couldn't really get around and do anymore. And overall just needed help with. A mutual friend would introduce Samsonova, who was 68 years old at this time, and Valentina. After this, they would come up with the solution of Samsonova moving into Valentina's apartment for a couple months, just while renovations were being done. This was in March of 2015. At first, it seemed to be a good solution to both of them for their problems, but of course, this wouldn't last very long. Over the next couple days, weeks, and months, arguments would begin to happen. The way it sounded was that Valentina didn't want Samsonova living with her anymore. It seemed like Samsonova wasn't doing her part around the house, pretty much just being a squatter. So, Valentina would tell her to get out of her house, pretty much just kicking her out. Samsonova would say no. She wasn't leaving, and Valentina couldn't make her leave. She would just flat out refuse which is crazy to me because it isn't your house.
Right.
She can't just say no. But apparently she can. And it seemed like Valentina kind of just accepted it. I don't know, really. I don't fucking know.
Interesting. Maybe it was because she felt like she wasn't much older than her, though, so.
Yeah, about like 10 years.
Yeah. But still, like.
I mean.
Maybe she wasn't able to get around, like.
10 years could be a lot depending on health.
True. Very true. So she was probably just like, I don't. You fucking old bag.
Yeah. I think Samsonova was just looking for like a place to pretty much squat and do nothing and not have to worry about anything.
Maybe concoct plans for future.
Probably.
Interesting.
Maybe. In July of 2015, an argument would happen that would cause Samsonova to make a decision. According to Samsonova, this argument was what caused her to believe that the only way to solve this problem was to kill Valentina. She believed that it was the only way to move on and continue living in Valentina's apartment. Once she was gone, Samsonova could live there at least 5 months before Valentina's family would evict her. Can you guess what the argument was about? It was about who was going to wash the unwashed dishes that were in the kitchen. Nothing else, just unwashed dishes.
That is wild. That is fucking wild.
Which I'm assuming there's probably more to that.
Right.
Like
build up to that.
Build
and that
up
was
to that
the
probably.
Final.
That was probably just like the tiny grain of salt that it's like, oh, I'm just going to kill her. This was in July, so it had been a couple months, and you would think that the renovations on her house would be done or close to done. Once again, if they were even being done.
She might have been, you know how you have like aged beef? She might have been aging her victims like as that. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You did say possible cannibalism. Fucking gross.
However, Samsonova would claim that she was afraid to go back to her place, saying that there was a man living above her that was tormenting her. But, like, doesn't give any more, like, details on it. But yet then she would claim that her plan was to move back when the renovations were done. So, honestly, it just sounds like a lot of BS. Yeah. Because if there's a man that's tormenting you upstairs, it's not going to stop after renovations are done.
Right. Well, I mean, what kind of renovations was she having done?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Samsonova would travel to a completely different city to get drugs. After going to Pushkin, she would somehow convince a pharmacist to sell her phenazepam. Once returning home, or Valentina's home, with the drugs, she would poison Valentina. The way she would do this was by making one of Valentina's favorite dishes. This would be an Olivier salad, a Russian traditional dish. Sorry if I said that wrong. Which was a salad that contained peas, potatoes, carrots, onions, eggs, pickles, and some sort of meat and mayo. It's kind of just like not like a macaroni salad, but like something like that.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good. I mean, minus the phenazepam.
Sure you don't want that?
No, I'm good.
After making the dish, she would give Valentina a plate or a bowl of it. Without knowing, Valentina ate it. It was said that Samsonova put 50 pills of phenazepam into this dish.
Holy shit.
So, like, overkill.
Yeah, I mean, literally.
Another side note, and I'm not going to say, like, how this is actually pronounced because it's like
It's like 80 letters long.
Yeah. So it's going to be phenazepam. Phenazepam is a long-acting benzodiazepine and psychoactive drug that was originally developed in the Soviet Union in 1975. It has anxiolytic and sedative effects on the body, which includes on the central nervous system. This drug is mainly used for relaxation, giving feelings of calm and relaxation. The maximum safe dose a day is 10 milligrams a day. And this bitch put 50 pills in.
So maybe like 2 pills. She gave her 50.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Some side effects can be drowsiness, confusion, headaches, and retrograde amnesia. Extreme side effects can include suicidal thoughts, loss of coordination, severely depressed heart rate, liver damage, significantly lowered white blood cell counts, accidental overdose, respiratory depression, and even a coma.
Accidental overdose my ass.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's the possible side effects, not of what Samsonova's doing. Some people abuse it and use it as a recreational drug, using it for its euphoric effects. People also use it for its ability to enhance effects of opioids and to reduce the come down of substances like acid, speed, or ecstasy. Overdose symptoms can look like respiratory depression, loss of consciousness, inability to move or stand, unresponsive, slurred speaking, delirium, and obviously death. The U.S. does not have an acceptable medical use for this drug, but it is used in European countries like Russia and other CIS countries. There they use it for alcohol withdrawal symptoms, insomnia, panic disorders, anxiety, and epilepsy. Other names for this drugs are Bonsai, Bonsai Supersleep, Soviet, Benzo, Benaz, and Panda. I don't know where you get Panda, but...
Excuse me. Yeah, that's interesting.
On July 23rd, Samsonova would head to bed after giving Valentina her meal. Around 2 a.m., she would get back up and find Valentina lying on the floor of the kitchen. And she said this like she wasn't expecting to find Valentina like that. It's like, you overdosed.
You literally killed her.
At this point, Samsonova would begin to dismember Valentina. Later, she would tell police that she started it right there in the kitchen because she was too heavy to carry her to the bathroom. It's unclear whether Valentina was dead or still alive at this point. Some sources say she was still alive, while others say she was dead. I hope she was already passed away before.
Can you imagine, I can't imagine the feeling of, that and then getting...
Yeah, I would think that she would be gone.
Yeah.
If she's putting 50 pills...
in her food.
Yeah, I would assume. I would hope.
Yeah.
Samsonova would use 2 knives and a hacksaw. Over the next couple hours and days, she carried bags up and down the stairs in the apartment complex. This is caught on CCTV footage at least 7 different times. She claims that she would leave body parts just lying around while she slowly disposed of them. Some of them would be wrapped in a shower curtain, while others in nylon socks, and then she put them into plastic bags. A little bit of trigger warning, more description. In one of the videos, she's carrying a large kitchen pot, and although it's not confirmed, it is believed to be the head and hands of Valentina. I do want to mention that they would never find this. So some pieces of Valentina they never found.
Okay.
Samsonova would leave these bags just lying around or hidden around the outside of the apartment complex. She would just go outside and be like, there's some bushes, and pretty much just throw it in there. That's the way it seems.
Yeah.
This would also include her dumping them into a pond nearby. But obviously not good enough because the bags would be found.
Right.
On July 26th, a couple or a person was taking a walk outside near the complex. They would notice these bags that had been there for the past couple of days. They'd been unmoved and untouched. Of course, curiosity got the better of them and they looked into the bag. Trigger warning. The bag would contain a partial human torso with an arm still attached. And another bag would be found with hips and thigh body parts in it. That's all I know that was confirmed to be found. I don't know if anything else was found. I know the head and hands weren't found. I don't know what the fuck she did with it.
Yeah.
Police would obviously be called out and they would investigate, going around to different apartments and neighbors to try to get some sort of information. It only took until July 27th, the next day, to figure out that the body belonged to Valentina. The mutual friend that had introduced the two would claim that she hadn't heard or seen from Valentina in quite a few days. Neighbors would also report on Samsonova's weird behavior, going in and out of the apartment carrying bags and a pot. I don't know if it's confirmed, but I believe someone did call the police about her weird behavior of like dumping bags and stuff. That's a possible.
Yeah.
It's not like. It's so hard getting information on in different countries.
Yeah.
Investigators would knock on Valentina's apartment door, and Samsonova would answer. At first, she claimed that she was just checking in on her friend and didn't even know that Valentina was missing. But she would also let the police into the apartment willingly, pretty much with open arms and a smile on her face. Looking around, they immediately noticed blood and the fact that the shower curtain was missing, which was in one of the bags that they found Valentina in. So really it didn't take much brain work to put two and two together. Confronting Samsonova about it, she would admit to it, saying yes, she did it, not putting up any sort of fight at all. Which is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just her being just like, yeah, what of it?
What of it? After being arrested, Samsonova spilled everything. Told them about the argument and that she went out and got drugs to poison Valentina. While in custody, they would search Valentina's apartment and Samsonova's apartment. They would find all of Samsonova's diaries. Like I said earlier, in her diary, she talked about her daily activities and how she slept, normal things. However, I also said that she wrote everything and anything in these diaries. In it, she would describe at least 10 different murders that she committed. It included their names, how she killed them, and also what she did with the bodies. One of the passages was translated to, quote, "I killed my tenant, Valadia. I cut him into pieces in the bathroom with a knife and put the pieces of his body into plastic bags and threw them away in different parts of the Frunzensky district." End quote. Along with the murder, she claimed that she liked certain parts of the body better than others.
What?
Now, there was no evidence of this, but in the diary, she claims that she would consume the lungs, her favorite part, parts of the legs, and parts of the head before getting rid of the rest of the body. But if this is true, technically there would be no evidence to prove it, because, she ate them.
She already ate them
And if certain body parts can't be found.
Yeah.
The cannibalism is never actually reported or written in the case, but it is, mentioned. She would also talk about her feelings and emotions. I mean, I think everyone does that in their diary.
Mm-hmm.
Claiming that she wanted to become infamous before dying. There was also a passage in one of her diaries claiming that she actually had romantic feelings for Valentina, but was rejected. Pretty much it was a one-sided feelings. Mm-hmm. And police believe that it's possible that that was just another, like,
layer
thing.
to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's in the diary. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's
actually true. Yeah. I mean, that she was feeling that way, but that it wasn't part of why she killed her.
Yeah. And she would also talk about the occult, and that some of her victims she wrote about were actually previous tenants, which isn't really shocking. Mm-hmm. When asked about what she wrote in her diaries, she would just claim that everything in it was true. One of the tenants she wrote about was named Sergei Potanin. He was 44 years old and from Norilsk. Sergei is the first confirmed victim of Samsonova. On September 6, 2003, they got into an argument and she killed him. It's unclear what the argument was about or how she killed him. The only other thing that we do know is that she dismembered him and scattered his remains across a street in Franinsky district on Decius Way. Just like Valentina's body, she would also put him into plastic bags to get rid of him. I also tried to look up information on Valentina and Sergei, but unfortunately the only things that would come up was all about Samsonova. Like the articles would just be like about her and mentioning them like in passing. Gotcha. So unfortunately I couldn't find very much information on them. The only real way that police confirmed that this was Samsonova's doing was from the diary. Back in 2003, they did find a male body in the same form and in the same area that she claimed to have dumped him. His death and Valentina's death would be the only ones confirmed that Samsonova killed. When they searched her apartment, they also found his business card and his blood there. So they pretty much just like...
For sure that one happened, yeah.
July 29, 2015, Samsonova was taken to the court of St. Petersburg. And I don't know how that all goes over there, but like they arrested her was a couple days. I'm believing they arrested her on like the 27th or 28th after like confronting her, held her, and then they kind of like had she went before a judge, but, like, it wasn't actual trial yet.
Oh, okay.
But during this, she was put into a cage, pretty much. While she was being, like, asked questions and interviewed, I guess, by the judge, or, like, the judge was talking to her. I don't know how everything works over there. The media would also be there, and she would turn straight towards one of the cameras and blow them a kiss. She would also act very weird, definitely pulling off or playing the insane card very well.
That's what I was going to say, is I think she's doing it because now she's like, oh, I'm caught now, so let me play this up.
Yeah. 1 minute she would be hiding behind her hands, like acting all shy, and I believe she's like smiling behind her hands too. She's going like
playing peekaboo, kind of.
Yeah, she's like playing peekaboo, and then she's also trying to like fix her hair, make herself look good, and then the next minute she's claiming she doesn't know where she is. So I honestly don't know. Samsonova would tell the judge that she was guilty and deserves the punishment. They would hold her in custody until it was time for the trial. While in custody, she would make up stories and lies constantly, saying a bunch of BS things. Again, is it to kind of play up the insanity card? I don't know. November 15, 2015, Samsonova was given a psychological examination. I believe this was like, she got it beforehand, but this is when she went before like the judge and they kind of talked about it. But they would rule that she was unfit to stand trial. They diagnosed her with paranoid schizophrenia. When the judge ruled her as guilty and a danger to society and herself, she would just smile and begin clapping.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just so absurd that, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Samsonova was condemned to a special care institution until she was officially moved to the Kazan Special Psychiatric Hospital indefinitely in 2017. As of 2025, she is still believed to be there and alive at the age of 78. It's hard to confirm the official victim count. Some say it's somewhere between 11 to 12 people. A school friend was interviewed by the police, and she would say that Samsonova told her she killed her mother-in-law. And then the friend claimed, I mean, isn't it really a friend?
Right.
But that's what they called her, a school friend, so...
Yeah.
But the school friend would claim that she didn't say anything at the time because Samsonova threatened to kill her and dispose of her body if she told anyone. Like, specifically, like, I'll cut you up and put you in bags and dispose you like I did my mother-in-law.
Damn.
So it's like she didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would either.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah. Fucking bizarre.
Yeah. The only evidence they can go by is what's in her diary and what other people have said. They haven't found any of the claimed victims alive or dead. So they can't really say it is or isn't.
Mm-hmm.
It is believed that not only did she kill her mother-in-law, but also her husband.
I mean, that was my first thought, is that she killed her husband.
So I want to bring back the question in the beginning. Is it real or could she be faking it? I know she was diagnosed with schizophrenia, but I still question it. The only reason why I say this is because of the next part of information I'm going to share. After talking with neighbors, friends, and family, some would say that Samsonova was actually obsessed with the serial killer Andrei Chikatilo. They claimed that she had a fixation on him and gathered all sorts of information on him. Pretty much like who he was, how he killed. Mm-hmm. This would specifically come from a neighbor that knew her for over 15 years. Also from this same neighbor, Samsonova would ask to borrow a hacksaw from them and never give it back.
I wouldn't want it back.
Yeah. Not after one thing. Mm-hmm. No thanks. So, I believe this is the last side note I have, but... So the serial killer Andrei was also known as the Butcher of Rostov, or as the Red Ripper of Rostov. They really put fucking Ripper after everything. He killed at least 52 victims, and this is like confirmed.
Wow.
He would pick them up at a train station or bus depots, then assault them, mutilate, and even consume some of them.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Yeah. This would be from 1978 to 1990. And in 1984, they actually had him in custody for assault, but misidentified his blood, meaning he got out and continued to kill more women. And then after finally being caught in 1990, I don't know what day he was, but he was eventually executed in a Moscow prison. Which I can always do a later case on him, right. But I just did the brief
history.
Brief history of... So you know that Samsonova is idolizing this piece of shit.
Yeah.
So there's something... It just... Something's not
right.
Yeah. All of that makes me question if she was faking it or not. If she was idolizing a serial killer and committing crimes because she wanted to be famous. Is she putting on a front or trying to get a better sentence? Like trying to get no death sentence or life in prison, but instead in an institution? But then it would later come out that in her lifetime, she was actually committed to a psychiatric hospital at 3 different times. So if she was really sick, why didn't they give her help?
Right, and especially if she's already been in 3 times,
yeah,
unless she learned behavior as to how to get, so she could get out.
Yeah, unless she was planning this whole thing to make it seem like she's an insane person.
Yeah.
Because she talks about in her journal, her fucking diary thing, whatever the fuck, confession.
Yeah.
That she told other people that she wanted to be famous and that she was going to be famous one day. So it just makes me question that.
Yeah.
Like, is she really insane or is she playing into the part?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there's things to getting the schizophrenic diagnosis.
Yeah.
But, like, could she have done research and figured out how to play that part? I don't. It just.
Especially where she's literally researching, like, maybe even possibly infatuated with this.
Yeah, because I mean,
serial killer.
Also has black magic, likes the occult, and all of that stuff. So it just seems to me, I don't know.
Maybe she was playing the part, not actually.
Yeah.
Unstable.
And sometimes I feel like psychological exams will just jump to a certain conclusion to make a reason why they're doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
So I just have a couple mentionings and thoughts. First one is, not only was she called the Granny Ripper, but she was also called the Baba Yaga, which is a legend about an old woman living in the woods who eats her victims.
Gross.
And it's like a big Russian legend, I guess. Like even like in, it's totally side, but like John Wick, he's called the Baba Yaga.
Oh yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, I think he is. Honestly, I don't know what to think because a part of me believes that it is true and that she suffers from mental illness. And the other part is just having a hard time accepting it with the fact that of her obsession with a serial killer and wanting to become famous. So I guess I'll leave it up to you to decide on your own. Unless you're like me and having a hard time deciding.
Yeah.
Questions? Thoughts?
I am kind of speechless, actually.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just... Clearly there has to be something wrong with an individual if they're planning on taking someone else's life in this manner. But...
There's something wrong.
Yeah. I just don't know. Like, it seems like she was definitely playing a part. Especially, like, how she was acting. Like, trying to be all shy and bashful and cutesy with...
the camera.
Yeah, and with the camera. And then acting like she doesn't know where she's at. And I don't know. It's very possible that she was playing a part, playing into it. And it's also very possible that she was actually very psychotic.
Yeah. And I also think sometimes women killers are just labeled as psychotic because
it's easier.
It's easier, and the thing is, how many women killers are uncaught?
Right.
Compared to men.
Right. Right.
Just saying. Yeah. The only real questions I have was, like, in the apartment, if there was noises and smells, why didn't anyone report anything?
Yeah, that was definitely like my biggest question. Like I didn't write any down, but that I was gonna remember that because I'm sorry, like when something, let's just take something very simple. um, when you take something that's been cooked, like a hard-boiled egg, and you
Put it in your fridge.
and you put it in your fridge and you forget about it for a week, it's gonna smell.
Yeah.
So, and then you continue to forget about it. Every time you open the fridge, it's gonna smell. And if you live in, you said panel apartments, I'm assuming, so the walls are very thin and you're gonna be able to smell what people are cooking or
hear what they're doing.
Yeah. So why the hell didn't they report it? Like, I don't understand, unless it's the community was like,
whatever.
Whatever, or don't say shit because you don't want to be part of the shit. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but they called on her walking down the stairs with multiple bags.
Yeah. So I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Honestly. Yeah. Only other thing, she has energy to dispose and dismember a body, but she can't wash dishes. Like, dismembering a body, you're sawing, you're cutting, you're going through bone and all that.
Right.
But she can't do dishes.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's very extreme to go from, I'm not fucking doing the dishes to, well, I will get rid of your body, though. I will cut you. I will get you cut up and get rid of your body.
So, obviously, the dishwashing and all that's just a fucking excuse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
But, like, the irony.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's not funny.
It's not funny, but the thought process, I guess, is like, what the fuck? I mean, clearly, but the other thing is she knew that she had 5 months to stay in that place. So what the hell was she going to do? Kill more people there and then go back to her apartment?
I don't know. She assumed that after she killed Valentina that she would have 5 months to do whatever.
So bizarre. Like,
but the thing is, I don't understand. You're paying for your place. Like,
right.
if you're not even doing renovations, you're still paying for your place. I don't understand what the appeal was in staying in Valentina's apartment.
Unless it was because she
just wanted
Valentina.
Yeah.
Like, didn't want, like, she wanted a relationship with her. That's, I mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
So bizarre.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. Fucking crazy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. That's all I have for today.
That's all I have. Questions pretty much lined up with each other.
Yeah. What the fuck? We love serial killers. And we're gonna love our next category, too.
Always seems to be together for some damn reason.
So stay tuned for that, for our next category. We'll have a Just Chats coming up, though.
Yes.
And then we'll jump into our next category.
Our hearts go out to the victim and all affected in this case. With that is all we have for today. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions or comments, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Girls Gone Curious Podcast. Until next time.